out like I'm Dolph, I'm moving keys with a Glock. Gotta keep the trap clean, I'm pushing peas with a mop. We don't do the debit cards, all my pockets filled with knots.
What up, guys? Welcome back to, Beer Bros Productions. Nonetheless, like this video, subscribe. Appreciate everything you guys show us, love and support. We're going to do another topic like we did last week with, what did we do last week?
Dynasties.
Oh, yeah, dynasties. This is a little bit different. This is probably more along everybody's opinion or whatever. You don't have to be sports. Introduce the topic and then kind of give us a little bit of a rundown.
So we're going to talk about mass shootings and the unnoticed it's going lately, like how it's going unnoticed, and what classifies mass shooting. So what we're going to classify, what the FBI classifies a mass shooting is anybody, 4 individuals or more get shot.
Shot does not matter if killed, just at least wounded?
Just wounded. So 4 or more is considered a mass shooting.
Okay.
So anything after that, it's mass shooting.
Okay.
And we're going to strictly stay with the United States. We're not going to go across the country.
No, that wouldn't make any sense.
The world and everything else.
But yeah, like he said, it's just one of those topics for discussion that I think it has gone unnoticed as of lately. Probably since post-COVID. Like
Yeah.
we've had a bunch of them prior to, as many people know, so many others. But there have been so many since. And I'm not here to toot my own horn, but we both fucking came out during that COVID time and mentioned that once things start opening up, this is going to be a common occurrence more and more.
Yep. It sucks to say that we called it, but it's like, it was kind of blatantly thrown in your face, like, oh, there hasn't been any in 2020, maybe not 2021 either, but 2022, 2023, it seems like it ramped up and is getting brushed under the rug.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, if you guys haven't heard, last night, shout out the Denver Nuggets, a time of celebration. They won the NBA Finals. But we're not going to go down that road. We're going to talk about what happened in the aftermath of that in Denver itself. And that was, they were partying, having a good time, filling up the streets. And again, another mass shooting. I don't remember the exact numbers of how many got shot. And 10 total.
10
shot
total.
And
no deaths yet.
No deaths confirmed, but nonetheless, 10 people were shot last night. So that would be under FBI stipulations. That's a mass shooting. Anything above 4.
That's a double mass shooting.
Yeah, so like you're looking at an incident that should have been not necessarily policed better, but if you know anything about sports, those rallies really get hyped. I mean, even down to like high schools, think about, this might be relatable, the Charlie's Angels. When they win state championships or they go and win nationals, what's the first thing they come home to?
A parade, pretty much.
Parade.
At least people are
on the streets celebrating.
It's a parade inside my city. That's what it was last night.
That was literally what it was.
That's what it was.
And so you have to think at any given moment, any of these things could take place.
And just have Denver Nugget fans. You have potentially a lot of Heat fans that showed up to that game.
Oh yeah, there's definitely fans of both teams. So who knows how they were related or what the scenario. We weren't there. But what we are here for is to open your eyes. So let's give a little bit more perspective to this. Let's take little small 1 of 50 state of New Mexico. Give us the numbers on mass shootings just in 2023. What is the number?
You have 3. May 15th, May 27th, and June 4th.
Any specifics?
I could give you the details of what happened to...
I just want like city and potential like number.
Okay. The first one was in Farmington, New Mexico.
Okay.
Looked like 4 killed, 6 injured, 10 total.
Oh, wow. So in all, that's 20 people at least shot, right?
No. That's 10. So 4 killed, 6 injured.
Oh, I thought you meant
And then
10.
total, and
Oh,
then total,
okay. So
total.
10 total.
10 total.
So another 10. Okay. And that was in Farmington, beginning of May. Okay.
Yeah, and then the end of May, Red River, New Mexico.
Right. Up there by Taos and all those places. I was at the bike rally.
Yep, you had 3 killed, 5 injured, 8 total, and that's what it says. 3 were killed, and 5 were injured at an annual motorcycle rally.
Yes.
The Farmington was where people were killed.
I
Several
think it was a church.
included two police officers were injured, and the 18-year-old suspect was killed. He did mention the church, so there is a stat that came up. Occurred at a place of worship. There has been 0 all year
In New Mexico?
in the whole nation.
Oh, in the United States.
Yeah, in the whole nation, there has not been one at a place of worship. So the last one that happened in Albuquerque, 3 killed, 1 injured. It was a dispatch. 3 were found dead and 1 was found injured.
Okay, so that was only 4 total.
Yeah.
And keep in mind the potential of someone being dead, like even one, like that incident, it may have been the shooter themselves that got killed or died. Let's just say.
In Albuquerque, 3 died and 1 injured.
Oh, okay.
So
I
you
thought you
had
said
3.
3 injured and 1 died. Okay, so nonetheless, still 4. Just put that in perspective. It is literally the middle of June. New Mexico in the last 30 days have had 3. So that's almost every week another shooting, almost.
A mass shooting. It's not just a shooting.
Yeah, well, like
that's
a
just
mass shooting in one state. Now, that everyone's going to have their, like, well, we got to ban guns and all this other stuff, okay? Maybe. But I'm not necessarily going to go down that road. I'm going to go down the road that I went down, 2 or 3 years ago, which was we have to figure out what's the common denominator in a lot of these incidences. Is it bullying? Is it neglection of the parents? Is it neglection of the parents of their firearms?
Is it abuse of drugs and alcohol?
Yeah, like
there's a lot that could possibly.
There's so many things that have occurred, and now you're gonna say, well, how do we figure those things out? Well, we have to be more attentive to our surroundings for one, and then 2, it's like you ought to be more attentive to how you treat people. Now, people say, well, like I see so many people, I don't know if they're phonies. I would say like Facebook, there's a lot of phonies.
They're funny baloney?
Yes, there's a lot of phonies because there's a lot of, like, how can I put this? There's a lot of talk but no walk. Like, and I know Facebook's a real place for trolling. Like, if anyone is watching this and you're a follower of Facebookers,
At least
then,
at me, if
like,
me, I'm the biggest troll on
yeah,
Facebook.
like, you should not take that platform serious whatsoever.
No, I don't take
That is the least serious. I would take Twitter more serious because there's news feed on there.
Yeah, Twitter is probably the best.
Yes, and like Facebook is such a troll, but it's so funny because people put perspectives and almost how can I put it? It's like a prejudgment of individuals because of what you post is kind of who you claim to be. Because would you ever say that people say things and may not completely mean the truth, but there's some truth behind it?
It's like a joke.
It's like a joke, but yet there's truth.
There's always truth.
There's truth.
There's still a little
Okay.
You're short and fat. But not just kidding. You're not that short.
Yeah. Like
That motherfucker
exactly.
doesn't
Like
look short.
it's so. Whenever I see these people on Facebook, for instance, I just feel like they're such phonies because they're trying to mask their pain. That's why they do what they do on there. Like I see so many people, I'm like, I'm not sure because I don't post anything. Like I post on the story part, but most of the time it's probably religious based or belief based. Maybe it's me in the gym or something, but outside of that, I don't ever troll. I don't like you guys seen how I got trolled by Manny and them. Shout out, that's my boy. So anyone thinks that I took offense, I'm the last guy to take offense, especially from a homie. Like, it's not anything offensive to me. It was a good time. It was good acknowledgement. But back to the topic, I just feel like we have to be very selective. Like, if I seen somebody saying something on Facebook, I know it's a troll or it's a joke or it's a gimmick. But again, there's got to be some truth behind that. People don't just say things just to say things. I
do.
I don't know. Do you?
I said, some girl said she wanted something for dinner, and I said mozzarella sticks and gravy.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, like, let me think of an example.
Oh, okay, because I just say shit just to say shit.
Like, I'm sure that people say, let me bring up Facebook, and I'll give you, I'm not going to say any names. This is kind of like,
names. Fuck
no,
it.
I'm not going to
fucking say names.
No, we're not going to go down that road. We're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings,
I love hurting people.
I'm trying to think. Let me see. What is it?
Big old balls on a dog?
Yeah,
what the fuck, dude?
Okay, so I'm not going to say who said this, but they shared this. And it says, you can't defeat what you're still willing to entertain. Are you sharing that for knowledge? Or are you sharing that because that's what you're going through? Or for both?
Probably because you're going through it.
Oh, okay.
Majority, yeah.
Because one, it's like, oh, here you guys go. Here's a little bit of knowledge. Here's some
But like
wisdom.
90% is like, you're going through it probably.
Because that's not a troll and it's not.
It's straightforward, yeah.
Yes, it's like, So you should probably figure.
Cheer it up, buttercup.
Exactly. Like, come on, man. You're the one putting yourself through that trauma.
Yeah, I wish I would have.
But like, what I'm saying is, there's people that post other stuff. Like, let's just use the word dark. There's darker stuff in there that we don't pay much attention to. We just, again, brush it under the rug.
Yeah. I get like people like try to joke about suicide and shit.
Suicide or whatever the case may be. Like, they say something about guns that, that's funny, but then
I would bury my wife in the backyard.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's a good example.
And like, why would you even fucking joke like that?
Why would you say that?
Like, why was that so specific with the red shovel?
Huh? Yeah, exactly. So it's just we don't see that because I think today's era. I'm not saying you got to go to a therapist or spill like your entire life story with somebody or something to fix whatever you're going through. But I also don't think joking about what you go through is necessarily the remedy either. I'm not saying you shouldn't laugh at yourself because there's times when you should just laugh at yourself. But I also think that there's times when it's like a little bit serious. And I think this era is so quick to make jokes of everything that nothing's taken serious. So that when something is serious, no one knows when to take them serious. You get what I'm saying?
Boy That Cried Wolf.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So what is your guys' thought? I know there's probably so much that you guys would love to say. All I want to say is, like, is there an easier solution to making mass shooting a minimum or almost completely obsolete where it doesn't happen anymore without the thought of removing guns? Because the likelihood and
it's probably slim to none.
Yeah, you're just not going to do that. How are you going to...
That's just going to become into, like, a effect of, like, pretty much listening to whatever the government says whenever they say it. Like, I don't know what that would be, but... I don't know,
essentially, you would have what they
like
call
like
is...
a dictatorship, pretty much.
A dictatorship, but...
Like a communist, kind of.
Kind of. So, anyways, think about it, guys. In the state of just New Mexico, we've had 3 mass shootings in the last 30 days. Give us the numbers...
For the country?
For the entire country of the United States.
You want the total or you want them by month?
Do month, and then at the end, tell us the entire total.
Okay, January. Mass shootings.
Just the mass shootings, not who got shot and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to take a guess?
Just like, in just January, I'll say there was 2.
Fuck no.
More?
Shit, way more.
Okay, so remember, this is about...
This is the whole nation. This is not just New Mexico.
Okay, so the whole nation. Right. New Mexico hasn't had any except 3 in 30 days. So that's why I went 2.
Okay.
Okay. You said way more?
Fucking way more.
I'm going to say
not in the
44.
Okay, that's a good guess. 52.
Dang, I was going to say 50, but I was like, that's too high. 52 in 1 month?
52.
Which means it could be just 4 people shot, but nonetheless, it's
That's
still 4.
still fucking 4
Because
people.
if you do, what's 52 times 4? That's 208. That's 208 people at least shot or wounded in the month of January.
This motherfucker's good. How many did you used to say?
208?
205 were wounded.
Okay, but what I'm doing is I'm only doing the minimum of 4, which is considered a mass shooting, and then
That was
you
pretty
could
good.
have more.
That was pretty good though.
But that's low, isn't it? Because that would indicate that
But
there
that's
was
just wounded. Is that
no
what you said, right?
deaths, right?
Oh, okay.
I was just totaling like
Then
at the very least,
almost 300.
this
It's
is
like
how
300.
many people got possibly shot or killed.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're off by like 100.
Right. What I'm saying is, if you do what FBI's minimum of a mass shooting is 4, there was 52. That's 208 people at the least. At the bottom. If only 4 people got shot in every shooting in January of 52 shootings, mass shootings, that's 208 people.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, so what was the full total?
87 plus 205 is
87, 205.
Yes.
So 293.
293. Yeah.
292. I think it was 292. 200. So 300. Let's just
Yeah,
say
so it's
300.
300 people.
Okay, so go to February.
43.
43. So 10, basically 10 less than the month before.
But there was
Because there was love in the air that month.
But there was
That's
2
Valentine's.
university shootings.
What were the 2 universities?
I
You don't know?
didn't look it up.
I think one was
it says-
Michigan State.
and it says school or university, so it was either a school or a university.
Okay, I think one of them was Michigan State. So go on.
March 40, so it's going down.
It's going down kind of gradually, but nonetheless going down. Okay.
And then 1 school or university shooting.
Okay.
And then April went back up.
Oh.
53.
So the most is in April so far. And that's when April Fool's is. That's where the jokes come in. Am I something I don't know? I don't know. Let's go on.
And then May was the most.
Oh, gosh.
84 mass shootings so far.
But summertime, warm weather, more alcohol, more drugs, more partying. Not saying that that's anything to do with the shootings, but I'm sure it played a part.
Also 2 mass shootings at a school or a university.
Okay, and then so far in this month, is there any count yet?
They haven't done
They
the
haven't
stat.
done this month.
So 272 is the total for
For all
the
5
year,
months.
for the year right now.
272 mass shootings. And let me ask this. This is a good comment question. If you guys are very in what is the fucking word? Interacting with this right now, I want you to be honest. This is it. That's all I want is an honest answer. Before you heard that number, what is the number of mass shootings that you've heard of? Like, what is the number that you thought before you knew that number?
I've only known like 3. It was the school shooting, the university, and then last night.
I remember, well, I don't know if, and criticize me if you want. I don't know if she was lesbian or transgender or whatever, the girl that shot in that school.
That's the only one I
Okay,
can think of. And
so then I
Mexican.
remember the Red River one recently. I remember the Farmington one. I don't remember the Albuquerque one, so I'll discount that one. I know the Michigan State one, the Colorado one, but we're not counting that one, I guess, because it just happened yesterday.
Well, then 2.
And then
That's the only ones I know.
I know there was one in like Rhode Island at a grocery store at the beginning of the year.
I could have looked back.
No, it doesn't matter specifics. So total, I'd say there was probably like maybe 5 to 7 that I kind of remember. But out of 200 and whatever,
You're at like 2%.
maybe 1%.
Yeah, 2%.
Yeah, I'm not at a very high percentage.
I only knew 2 and then 3 last night. That's the third one I know.
So what was the number? And okay, so this is my point of this entire topic of discussion. There's almost 300 mass shootings in half of the year. We're probably going to get to 300 by the end of this
Probably like
month.
350,
because
400.
we've already had one for sure.
And it's just going up in the summer right now.
Yes.
So you might get 100.
We're probably going to get 300 by the end of the half a year. On average, that's 600 in a year. That's more than one a day. That's more than one a day. Do you guys not realize that? Like, we're already going to be at one a day
that's
by...
like 1.45
It's
day.
almost two a day.
Yeah, almost two a day.
But it's at least one a day.
Yeah,
like
you're
at this
one a day, and potentially you're hitting two.
if it stays on average. And yet we don't hear anything about it. We don't hear what's going on, what happened. There's some like, oh, you know what? I think there was one in Atlanta too, like at like a gay club, like recently too. Maybe. It was like in April or something. But anyways, my point being is like, why do you think this is? What is the reason that we don't hear about it anymore?
I guess it's just too much. It's too.
There's just too many.
Yeah, like how could you hear all of them? That'd be the only thing on news.
So, is that
like,
enough to just ignore it?
Like they should do what ESPN used to do. They should have like a little section box, and then the next one should just have like whatever's gonna be topic next, and just talk about all of them. Like, ESPN back in the day had like say it was Tiger Woods,
yeah,
and then the next one would be like mass shootings, and then they just should just talk about them all.
I mean, the thing is there's not, I don't think, one answer.
My question is, why is no one in the hierarchy trying to talk about it? Like, I don't hear CNN, I don't hear CBS.
Well, you're probably right that it is a lot to talk about, and the thing is there's so many. It's just you could talk about one every day. Literally, you could talk about one. You could make a TV show called Mass Shootings and talk about one every day. Like today would have been Denver. Tomorrow could be whatever.
Yeah, it could be. I won't say a place because I don't want to put bad juju.
No,
on
yeah,
the place.
but the point being is there's literally one for every day. You could have a 7-day show.
Yeah, you could literally have a 7-day show.
And 1 hour a day, you could be 30 minutes. It don't really matter.
That's crazy.
And you could contribute your show for that specific one to the hurt or wounded or possibly passed away.
Yeah, you don't hear Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, ex-President Trump or Obama. You don't hear no one talking about it.
Nobody's talking about it, but yet here we are at 200 and whatever numbers.
Two Joe Blows are talking about it because no one else will.
Yeah, and it just makes me a little concerned because if no one's speaking about it, that's just basically in my eyes, I'm looking at it like, well, this has just become a norm. Mm-hmm. This is the new normal. People are going to get shot. People are going to get killed. People are going to get wounded. People are going to get hurt. People are going to be traumatized. And it's all in public places. It's not like these are private shootings.
No.
These are places where, yeah, you could exclude the schools maybe because they're not happening as often.
There was only 5.
But yet, they're still happening. Mm-hmm. Your kids from elementary all the way to college, anything and everything could happen.
Yep.
There's Walmarts. I think there was one in El Paso a couple months ago at like a Walmart or the mall. I think it was the mall. Like, it's just literally does not matter.
Nope. It's like just khaki pants. Everybody's used to them. They're just,
and is that it? Is it just like a speck on the wall? It's just like, hey, that's another thing we just can't deal with.
Yeah,
we're going to ignore it.
Yeah, because there's nothing. I guess they're just like, huh? They're just killing each other. Like,
I'm not here to say, like I said,
as long as
I'm proud of calling this, but I did call this. And all I'm saying from here on out is to consider where you're putting yourself at all times. I know you should not live in a bubble and be scared and, whatever.
But if criminals are going to have guns, I think civilians need to have guns. And
but it's not like they're carrying them legally.
Well, no, criminals are going to carry it illegally. But if the civilians start carrying them legally, it's like, okay.
So basically you're saying they ought to either open or conceal carry.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's not the worst idea. Like
Because if you don't, you could end up being like the 10 people in Denver, or you could be
Right.
the 4 people in Farmington, or the 10 people in
yeah,
Red
basically
River.
the solution is if you can't beat them, join them.
And protect
But
yourself.
yet you're not doing the
Chaos,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're not becoming.
You're not a vigilante at that point. You're still have laws to abide.
Rules to comply.
You're not just willy nilly John Moran
Yeah,
out
like
there.
I wouldn't necessarily like say go to the bar and carry your gun if you're going to be consuming alcohol. That doesn't.
That's illegal.
That's not a mixture to have.
No.
But yeah, if you're at Walmart,
the zoo.
whatever, you
Yeah.
ought to be protected.
I would highly recommend it these days of age. If you're not scared to die, then I guess.
I guess it's just one of those things. Like you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know what's gonna happen when it's gonna happen.
But you better be prepared.
Yes.
Or at least you should be prepared.
It's like the saying, I'd rather have what I need and not need it than not have what I need and not have it.
Yep.
So it's one of those, what are you going to do? I just, again, this was a topic of discussion because to me it's important. Like I said, we just ran the numbers and it's so crazy. It's so crazy to think that's the number.
I was talking to somebody on the phone and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, doing some research about mass shootings." She was like, "Why?" I was like, "Oh, we're having a podcast. Don't think I'm out here trying to off motherfuckers." So I was like, "Nah, it's just."
No, but that's what we do. We put our time and effort in to provide good content, guys.
And then I'm reading it. I'm like, 306 months is almost half the year and almost more than a whole year of shootings already.
Yeah, it's averaging at least like one a year if it were to just stop. But we all know it's not going to plateau at this particular point. It's just going to continue to not maybe increase, but it's going to stay steady.
And
I guess that's what plateau means. But it's not going to take a dip, I guess is what I meant. It's going to just continue on this. What was the least 40? In like February or April or March
it was
or
like
whatever.
March, yeah.
It was like March. There was 40. That's still a lot.
March.
That's more. That's more than one a day in March.
So they have 40, but they have more killings in March than they did February.
It's just sad, guys. And again, I'm not saying there's an answer because I know there's not.
There
But
will
what I
probably
am
never be.
saying is be smart about the places and the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Like, if I'm being honest, let's say I lived in Los Angeles because I'm a Laker fan. And the Lakers had won last night. That was my team. I'm going to be damn honest with you. I'm not going to be out in the streets.
Not at night.
Not
Maybe
at
the parade for sure.
Yes, the
'Cause there's gonna
parade.
be mad
But
police
see
officers.
that too is potential. But yeah, it's during the day.
Yeah,
so
it's-
I'm
it's-
okay with during the day.
It's
but last
unlikely.
night it was like you have probably, let's just say, close to like 50,000 people drunk watching the game the whole 3 hours it was on.
Yeah.
And then throwing an after party in the streets.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
I follow a dude that does like vintage Denver hats, like all the Denver area from college to football.
Okay.
And he was at a bar last night, and there was like 400 people at just that one bar.
Just the one bar.
Yeah, so
I mean, I don't know, guys. Like I said, you may be from a big city or a small town where numbers don't quite get that high and numbers get higher than 400 at a bar. But my point being is there's got to be a point when you're looking at the situation you're in and saying, this is probably not safe.
I gotta go.
Like, I've been there where it's like, what the hell am I doing here?
I've been there.
I am drunk. It's late. These guys are about to fight. I don't know if they got guns, knives, what their intentions are. So if you can't drink responsibly or party responsibly or whatever it is you want to call it, then you're probably not meant to be in that situation. Maybe you should alleviate yourself of that type of scenario. You should probably get sober or drink at your house or something. Because the thing is if you get hurt, the way I use this terminology is if you're in that situation and you get hurt, I don't necessarily feel bad for you. You put yourself there. No one forced you to be there. No one made you be there. You chose to be there willingly. And for that, basically, I think it was is it Kevin Gates that says you like, or is Joyner? He says like, if you get what you deserve, then you had it coming. Like, that's what it is, man. Like I'm not trying to say I'm better than you or anything. I'm just saying be smarter about your decision making. That's all. I don't know. That's crazy, man. 300.
And yeah, that's 300. Good thing none of the players got hurt because, like you said, Aaron Gordon was out there shirtless,
that's
no
true.
security.
No security out there partying.
Denver
which,
Nuggets,
by all means,
you
do
need
your thing. But
you want player safety, but that was the most.
But you don't
unsafe-
know what he said or did. And he's like, I'm out. Like I'm going with my city. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
yeah.
party. Like what are you supposed to do in that? He's a star.
Yeah, that's a
At this
superstar.
particular right now, he's like up there in stardom.
Yeah, he fucking wins dunk contests. He's won a fucking championship now. He's like,
Yeah, like it's like, what are you gonna tell him? Like if Jokic went out there, but this is the thing, and I don't want to go down this road, but I'm gonna go down it really quickly. That's the difference between someone like Jokic that's mature and Gordon that's probably immature.
Yeah,
And
Gordon-
then notice like Gordon is American and Jokic is foreign. One small little tick that I heard the other day is these foreigners come in mature because they've been playing with men since they were in their teens. Whereas Americans don't necessarily play with the men and they're privileged, so they don't know how to be mature. So these foreigners come in. Like, think about it. Jokic came in last night, won MVP, and he's like, I just want to go home.
he wanted to go watch the horse races.
Yeah, like
Sunday.
I want to go buy another horse. I want to chill with my family, his daughter. Like he don't care about the partying and all that. Like he's like, cool, I won a championship.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So you just kind of could see the different ways of thinking. Like Gordon's like, I'm gonna go party probably in the worst place ever, and Jokic is probably like, I don't even
He's
want to
probably
be here.
asleep.
I don't even want to be here on Thursday.
Yeah, he was probably asleep in the hotel when all that was going down.
Probably. Nah, that fool's got a house there. He plays for Denver.
Oh, yeah, they were in Denver. Yeah, never
So he's
mind.
probably at home chilling.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Just be safe. I pray that something happens with the mass shooting. Maybe there's another way of fixing this that I don't know of.
I thought this fool was going to say, hopefully there was another mass shooting going to happen. I was like, God damn.
no, like I want a resolution to
I
this.
hope
Like,
there's another mass shooting. I thought that's where you were going. I was like,
I hope there's
fuck.
not. I hope, but if I'm being completely honest, it's inevitable.
It's probably happened already by the end of this
Probably.
video.
But at the end of the day, what I hope is that these people that are hurting in whatever nature, that they seek help prior to making impulsive decisions.
Uh-huh.
It's not worth anybody, including your own lives. I mean, please seek help. Whatever the help may be, please do so. So, till next time, I hope you guys are enjoying these with the Beard Bros. Peace.